Good afternoon to everyone. It might be good evening. Am I audible? Good, good afternoon and good evening. Sorry, good evening to everyone. Am I audible? Yes. Okay, the session will be started right on 5:45. So let join yourself and be relaxed. We will start the session exactly at 5:45.
Good evening. Good evening to all of you. I hope I am audible. Okay. So we'll start the evening first session bit after some time. We are waiting for the resource person. So, but still, if you have any kind of doubt regarding the examination and all the issues, we can discuss now. I hope all of you must have started preparing for the examination. If any changes are there in your address and phone number, please rectify it. In fact, your mail ID, your address for communication, your telephone number, if any changes are there, please rectify it, so that what will happen, any kind of informations we usually send, we send it through SMS. So please rectify it and rectify it. Just 1 minute, please. Okay, please. You send me one SMS, one mail you can send. One mail you can send regarding any changes in your ID card or your data. If you want to change, then send one mail in my mail ID. Okay. Mail ID is available. My mail ID I have already given in the classes while taking up the classes. I have given my mail ID. So you do one thing. You add your ID card. If anyone wants to change the address for communication and mail ID and telephone number, you add your present ID card, attach your present ID card and write it clearly that I want to change my roll number, phone number or mail ID or address for communication. This is what is the present address. You can do that. Okay, those who are having any sort of problem like of submitting of the feedback form at the time of submission of feedback form, if you are facing any problem, then I have given you a number. In that number, you WhatsApp, and we will take care of that. In fact, one student had called me regarding that. I told him it will be done. So Do not worry for that. We'll check it in the data. If the student if you have participated in the program, then you will get the attendance. Any problem is there regarding of submission of feedback form? What we do, you send us in a separate. You can send one SMS in our WhatsApp link. I hope you must have started preparing your assignment questions. Complete it because just another 15 days more in our hand. So give 5 or 6 days to prepare the assignments, whatever assignments are there, prepare it, so that what will happen, 3 questions from each of the paper you are preparing also for the examination. Right, that means the examiner, the question setter, they are not getting the assignment questions. They have not prepared it. DDC has prepared the assignment questions. So you may there is a chance of getting questions, same questions, or a question with minor changes in the university examination. So first you just concentrate 3 or 4 days or 5 days for your assignment. First complete it. Prepare the assignment. So assignment structure we have given. The cover page must be there. Then give one inner cover page. That means 8 inner cover pages are to be given for each of the paper. So like paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, starting from paper 1 to paper 8. And after the inner cover page, write the assignment in your own handwriting. It must be in black pen, because and I always advise the student to keep one copy of the assignment. Keep one copy of your assignment either in a scanned form or in a soft copy form or in a hard copy form. Please keep one copy of your assignment, because there you are preparing for the examination, that you can read and you can prepare it for the examination. That is one. Another is that by chance, if the assignment is misplaced at DDC, then we can ask for you. So chances of misplacement at DDC is 0.001%, but still you can keep a copy with you. Okay, now we will discuss later regarding the submission of assignment and all those things. Now our resource person is here. Sir, welcome. This is Dr. Acharya. I'm the head of the Department of Business Administration of DDC. Sir,
thank you, sir, Dr. Sujit. Thank you, sir.
Sir, you have already taken one session day before yesterday, in fact.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I mean to say the students, the participants, all the participants were greatly impressed on your lecture. What you are
so nice of them.
Sir, I hope the students also enjoy. Let me introduce a small introduction once again. Dr. Ashok Kumar Sahu, in fact, he's a professional. He's from NALCO. He was the head HR of NALCO. And in fact, one thing I wanted to tell you, sir, is that when I did my research in PhD, my area was NALCO also. And in fact, 2 of my scholars, they have got their PhD in HR, in the area of HR, and they have done their work in HR.
Good.
NALCO, in fact. So I did my PhD at NALCO, and 2 of my scholars, they have also done the work in HR, and they have collected all the data and informations from NALCO.
Good.
One thing I wanted to tell the participants that today sir will tell on stress management. Okay, and I hope certainly whatever stress level you have increased during this examination kind of thing is there, it will be reduced to an extent, you can say, or to a far extent. Okay, so I believe you will certainly enjoy this session. Sir, now I request you to start this session. Sir,
sure. Thank you, Dr. Sujit, for such good words for me. And in fact, you are enhancing my stress by telling that, sir, within 5 minutes, please take a class. So I have to take a decision during that time. I have to find out the PPT and I have to log in, and I have to get prepared, and I have to think in my mind that yes, I must tell something that the student enjoy. Anyway, This is jokes apart. So
Sir.
it's a good thing that yes, our students have liked that my session, and this will also be enjoyable. So my dear students, don't take any stress. Okay, it will be a very good relaxation session for you. So can you please tell me whether you are in stress today or you are all relaxed? Can you let me see in the chat box whether you are relaxed or you are under stress? Hello, bit stressed, feel relaxed. Okay, good. Under stress. Oh, stressed a lot. Why? Relaxed. Good to know. So, friends, have you heard any time one video which is released by Sadhguru? I don't think because our young boys, young friends may be thinking that yes, Sadhguru is a, old person and he must give something for the old person, not for the young person. He always tells, if stress is a subject which need to be taught, if stress is a thing which need to be managed, there are a lot many other things in life which needs to be managed. We have to manage our finance, we have to manage our career, we have to manage our family, we have to manage our surrounding, we have to manage our health. So many things are there. What is this stress that we need to manage? Is there anything called stress which we need to manage? So he always tells that it is in fact our ability or so to say disability to manage other things in life. That this is a disability to manage other things in life like my career, like my family, my finance, my surroundings, my relationship. And when I am not able to manage my all these things, then I am little bit becoming stressed. And that is why we tell that stress has to be managed. And if we feel that, yes, other things, if we can manage it very nicely, other areas of life, we can manage it very nicely, then I don't have to manage stress. That is the whole thing. That is the whole thing. And you see, we are listening so many things about stress. And recently, this may be of your interest, then Sushant Singh Rajput, he has committed suicide. There are so many students, those who are committing suicide, so many young persons, they are committing suicide. What is for? What for? Is it worth doing that? Is it only because we are not able to manage the other areas of our life? That's why the stress level goes. And what is that stress level? What is that stress? So what is happening is that if the Prime Minister is also telling that, yes, I am stressed because I have to run the country. A office peon also tells in the office that I am also stressed because so many bosses are there, so many things I have to do. A person who is in service, he is also telling that I am stressed. A student who is there, who has not yet gone for a job, he is also telling that I am under stress. A person who is unemployed, he is also telling that I am under stress. A housewife, she is telling that I am under stress. A lady working in the office, she is telling that I am under stress. What is this? Is that stress is something that which cannot be managed? Why we are telling that it is to be managed? It has to be managed. Can it not be totally eradicated? Can it not be totally taken out of our life? Can you please tell me, my young friends, can stress be taken out from our life? In the chat box, you can tell. Anyway, no one has come so far. So stress is something. Yes, yes, okay. Can it be taken out from our life? Yes, yes. Good. No. Arpan is telling no. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Sasadri is telling stress is a necessary evil. Okay, good. Hare Krishna is telling that stress cannot be ruled out from our life. Okay, good, good. A little bit of stress would always be there to run life, Arpan. Wow, good. A little bit of stress is required. Yes, very good. Because that type of stress, when you are appearing for an exam, little bit on the previous day evening, you get stressed, and that stress is required. You are very right. Stress must be there. It may be less or more, but we have to manage it. Good, good. We will all discuss with this. And my dear young friends, it is your life, and you have to manage that. So how do you manage your life? And that is more on that. And what are the causes of stress? Can anybody tell? What are the causes of stress? Can anybody tell? How to control our stress and solve it? Okay, we'll discuss. We'll discuss. What are the causes of stress? Can anybody come out? Worrying about future. Wow, so nice, Sadri. Workload, good. Anjali, overthinking. Yeah, very good. More wishes, Nibidika, thinking too much about any particular thing. Yeah, very right. Very right, very right. So once you know the cause, then you can also find out the facing big changes. And once you know the cause, you can also come out the solution. Once you know the cause, and you know, once that is there, it's not only that it affects the physical part of your life or the mental part of your life, it also affects the physical part of your life. It affects the physiology of your life, and it gives rise to so many diseases. So friends, stress is definitely a necessary evil, no doubt about it. Then we have to find out ways how to handle that, how to handle that. Let me show you a PPT. Someone should be there and who can see the chart and tell me, because I think I am not able to, I will not be able to see the chart once I open the PPT. Okay. So my dear friends, it is your life. And how do you want to see your life? Whether you want to see your life like this, like this. Now, I will say tell you that lot many people, they are using. I have seen so many of my contemporaries, so many of my colleagues, and I have seen my surroundings also. People, they carry medicines in tiffin box. They carry medicines in tiffin box. Is that the life we want to have? Is that the life we want to have? Certainly not. So, do you want this type of, when you see yourself in the mirror, you want this type of picture of yours? One can write in the chat box also, and Mr. Biswa is there, and he can tell me what our young friends are writing, if there is something. Biswaranjan, I think you are there, and okay. Anybody can unmute Biswaranjan or Devasmita. Anybody can unmute and tell if there is anything in the chart. If anything is there in the chart. There are something in the chart which I am not able to see. Yeah, cholesterol. Yeah, cholesterol. Then somebody has written cholesterol. Yeah, okay, good. Now, let us see. What do you mean by stress? Something is written in the Odia also. What is stress? Do you think that stress is pressure? Is stress is equivalent to pressure? Can anybody tell whether stress is equivalent to pressure? When stress is greater than pressure, when stress is greater than pressure, or when stress is, when the pressure is greater than resources that you have to control the pressure, then it becomes stress. Stress is not equal to pressure. Remember one thing, stress is not equal to pressure. When the pressure is greater than the resources that is there inside us, and we that is not able to handle the pressure, then it becomes stress. And stress, we can tell that this is something, this is the, let me tell you, this is resilience. How quickly you can come out of that stress. That is what is known as resilience, and that reduces your pressure. There was a very good story on that. There was a very good story on that. One professor, he asked two boys, two students rather, to one student to come over for a demonstration, and he gave him a glass of water. Then he asked him, what is the weight of this glass along with the water? Then the student told, okay, this is around 300 ml, this is 300 grams, or maybe maximum 350 or 400 grams, not even half a kg. So then he asked him, how long you can keep it? How long you can keep it on your hand and stand like this? He told, I can keep it on my hand as long as possible. So what is that? What is that? How long? So you stretch your hand and keep it like this, and have it like this, have it like this, like this. You have it like this. Then the professor told, then the student, he told, okay, he told that, yes, I can continue for 1 hour, I can continue for 2 hours. Then the professor told, okay, you keep on holding this, and keep on holding this, and then stand there. After some time, the student told, sir, I'm not able to hold it. He told, why? Well, it is only hardly 350 grams. It is hardly 350 grams or 400 grams. Why you can't hold it? You must hold it. Just a second, friends, just a second. Hello. Okay, sorry. So after some time, he told that, yes, I cannot hold it like this. Then he asked, what will happen after if you continue for another 2 years? So this will get strained. This will get strained. Suppose you continue for 1 day like this, what will happen? Now this will, my hand will not move. My hand will not move. So what is happening? Then what you want to do it? Then the student told, sir, I want to drop it. I want to keep it on the table. So this is what we must do it, that if there is a stress, we should not carry it. We should not carry it. We must drop it. We must drop it. What is happening is that we are, though we know very well that yes, this is not a thing which need to be carried, and still we carry it on our head. And when we carry it on our head, it becomes stress. When we carry something on our shoulder, it becomes a responsibility. When we carry something on our head, it becomes stress. It becomes worries. So stress is that if we are coming out of that immediately, once you know that yes, that is there and there is a problem and you are coming out of it immediately, then you can release your stress within no time. Okay, let us now continue further. So stress is, as all of you have told, that some stress, you are also undergoing certain stress, and stress is necessary somewhere. So stress is present in everybody. In fact, some stress is required to perform, and stress in positive form helps to give the best result. That stress, we tell it as a eustress. EUSTRESS. That stress we tell eustress. And when the stress becomes higher, then it becomes distress. It becomes distress. So a small amount of stress is always good. If you are having some stress at the time of exam, it's good. If you are having some stress at suppose at the time of your sister's marriage, or if the daughter's marriage, a sports person, when he or she is starting her running race, and if she is stressed a little bit, it's good, because that gives a better performance. But if you continuously you are under stress, then what happens? That becomes unbearable. And once that becomes unbearable, and that stress becomes so heavy on your mind, that tends to suicide. So if stress cannot be managed, then it takes the negative form and weakens us, and we cannot focus on the task or result. So have you ever felt that it makes you burn out? It makes you anxious at that point of time, at that moment? Let us see. We tell that stress is inherent in life. Stress is essential for progress. Stress is inherent because we are always coming in certain things in our life that we feel that, yes, perhaps I'm not capable of handling this type of situation. I do not have that type of resources with me to solve that problem. So what we do, that we create certain things, and we create certain things. However, stress is little bit required. As I told you, stress is required for the progress. And in that process, what happens? There is a problem that animals' management of stress is automatic and instinctive, whereas human management is also instinctive, but brain overrides it. Everything, whatever we do, it is all coded in our brain. And we tell that we have got two types of brain, two types of mind. that is a conscious mind and unconscious mind. Sometimes people also tell that we have a subconscious mind. And you know, that's a conscious mind. Every second, we are getting 23 lakhs bits per second thoughts in our mind. At how much is being processed? Only 143 numbers, 43 bits of the 143 bits of thoughts are being processed in our mind. Where the rest thing goes, the rest thing is already there in our unconscious stage. And mind works for 24 hours. Mind works for 24 hours. In fact, when we sleep, our conscious mind stops, but the unconscious mind continues to work. And because of that, whatever things that we have not been able to solve during the daytime, it is always what we get that as a dream in our night time. And the mind convert certain things, some conscious, from unconscious data, it transfers some unconscious data to the conscious mind. And that's why we are finding certain things in our sleep also. Then what happens? When the human brain is like this, and then if we are under stress, then there are certain, what do you say, enzymes that gets secreted, that gets generated in our mind. So what are those things? And during that time, what happens? We get a fight or flight type of response. Suppose you are standing somewhere, or you are going on the road, and what happens? A mad dog is behind you. A mad dog is behind you. What happens? What do you do at that point of time? Either you will face the mad dog, or you will try to get out of the situation and you will run. When you run more, or when that is there, your blood pressure, your heart works more rapidly. And once your heart works more rapidly, all the blood, inlet pipes, they pump blood to your heart. And in that case, what happens? The body has to work more. And once the body has to work more, then you have to generate, the body has to generate more hormone. And when the body has to generate more hormone, then it to cope up that type of stress, then we become very stressful. We become very stressful. We are continuously, hello. If we are continuously under stress, then it takes us to a different level of different physical level. So when there is a stress, we automatically, we come to a fight or flight mode. So either we face the situation, or we try to avoid the situation, or we go out of that situation. We go out of that situation. If somebody is quarreling with you, if there is a conflict in your mind, if there are all the time, if you have a quarreling husband or quarreling wife, or the quarreling friend. Hello, there is some disturbance. Can the admin help me? Okay.
Mr. Pratap, please mute yourself. Mr. Pratap Chandra Tripathi.
So in that case, what happens? In that case, what happens? Here, if we see, no work is stress-free. Whether it is a job of a peon or it is a job of a prime minister, whether it is a job of an employed person or it is a job of a sorry, job of a job of a service person, nothing is stress free. So, and we have to know how to have tune your mind to see that we are not going towards that type of stress level where it becomes very imperative on your part that yes, if you are not facing it, then you are putting yourself in such a situation, and that situation may lead to anything. That situation may lead to anything. When we take that, yes, we tell that it's a problem. What is that problem? I always define a problem. Can anybody tell what is a problem? Can anybody tell what is a problem? Anybody? Anyone? Can anyone put it in the chat box? What is a problem? We always tell. We always tell that because I am not able to deal with the problem, if I am not able to face the problem, that's why I am becoming stressed. What is that problem? When we define a problem, it is certain things. When we expect a particular thing to be done in a particular way, and if it is not done in that way, then we feel that it's a problem. Suppose if I have to, from Bhubaneswar, I have to go to Rourkela by road, and I feel that, and I have to cover it by 5 hours, and I'm not able to cover it because my vehicle gave some problem, then I feel that yes, I am under stress and I am not able to reach on time. And like that, suppose when we plan something and on the way we find that the railway gate is closed. So what is happening? Under that type of situation, we have planned certain things and the work is not being done at the desired, as per our desire. And we feel very frustrated and we start we start putting the horn and all these things, but nothing can happen. Nothing can happen. Only thing is happening is that you are becoming more stressed. So what is the solution at that point of time? The solution is that yes, you have to have that. So the solution is that please switch on your audio and listen to a music. Listen to your music. So that will reduce your stress at that point of time. Unnecessarily, when I am facing that, and if I am getting irritated, that I am becoming stressful. So what is a problem? When I tell the students, the problem is that a problem, when we talk about a problem, then we tell that a problem is something I tell it's a pre what do you say? It's a precaution to me. A problem is a precaution to me. When I am driving my vehicle, and if I am finding that my fuel meter is in the red, then it cautions me. It gives me a precaution that yes, now there is a likelihood of you are running shortage of fuel. And whenever there is you find a fuel pump, go and fill the car or fill the two-wheeler. And what is the R? I tell that R is a reminder. When we talk about problem, if we analyze PROBLEMS, then R is a reminder that yes, when we are in a problem, there are a lot many people, those who are there to help me. And sometimes we also go to the God also. Oh my God, tomorrow is my maths exam and I am not able to I have not completed my course of study and it is very difficult on my part. And we go to God also. Something is not happening, we go to God. So, and O is what? O is, I always tell that O is opportunity. When there is a problem, there is an opportunity for you to open the parachute, to open your mind. If one door is not opening, you find out the other door and see that the other door gets open. And what is B? B is what? B, I tell that B is a blessing. When there is a problem, you feel frustrated, you feel stressed. But B, I feel that it's a blessing. And why I am telling is a blessing? That none of us are free of problem. And because of that problem, we are blessed to know certain things. And you can also find some, if you go through this 2711 and or any other calamity, you will find that there are some people, because of something, they have not reached the tower and they are safe. Because of something, somebody could not board a train and that train met with an accident. So we have to tell that that problem which occurred with me is not a problem, but that was a blessing. Now, E. What is E? What is E? I feel E is essential for everybody. Problem is an essential thing. We must encounter some problem. If we are not encountering some problem, we can't learn in life. So the next is that, oh sorry, the prior was PROBL. L is learning. If we are not encountering, then we cannot learn. L is learning, L is lesson. And not only that, we have to learn the lesson from our own mistake, from our own problem. We must learn the lesson from the others also, others' mistake also. If we are not learning the lesson from others' mistake, then perhaps we are not learning. And what is that? Is that PROBLE? M. What is M? What is M? Can anybody unmute and tell what is M? So M, when I elicit this answer, some people tell that M is management of thing. So I always tell that it's mind. The problem is in your mind, nowhere else. If you feel it's a problem, then it's a problem. If you feel it's not a problem, it's not a problem. And S is what? That solution. And every problem has a solution. Every problem has a solution. So don't think that problem, that yes, it is an unsolvable thing, and never ever feel that it cannot be eradicated or it cannot be taken out of your mind, or it cannot be taken out of that situation. And if that is so, if every problem is can be solved, then you can find out the ways how to solve that one. And in that case, when you find out the way, perhaps you will be in a position to manage the stress. So this is again another thing I always tell about this problem. And when you discuss this problem, when you discuss about problem, if you are having low energy, then the problems remains as a problem. If you have high energy, the problem becomes a challenge. Have you seen this people, these small kids, they do this Sudoku, what is that cube, that yellow, white, green color, red color cube. Is that a problem? That is not a problem. That is not a problem. They are not solving a problem. They have taken it as a challenge. And once you take it as a challenge, then you can get many solutions to that. So when you take any problem that you are facing and you are telling that I am stressed, you find out some ways where you can enjoy and you can solve that one as a puzzle, not as a problem. And it has to be taken that yes, I must overcome that challenge. I must overcome that challenge. So stress is job specific again. Stress is again job specific. For a person like me who was working in HR, my job, my stress level is my stress is different. For a lecturer, the stress is different. For a student, the stress is different. For a driver, the stress is different. For a working woman, the stress is different. So we have to find out ways how do we deal with such thing. So when we have dispute with spouse, when we have ill-mannered children, then expectation of being scolded that I have not done my homework, and if I am going to the class, I will be scolded. So many things are there, and that is the cause of our. So how can we avoid this, and how can we manage life to minimize stress? Because as we are telling that stress is a little bit necessary. There is a general administrative syndrome is there, that is known as GAS, general administrative syndrome. When we do that, there is a initial level of stress, and during that initial level of stress, we must see how can we control that stress. And again there is a continuation stage, and in that continuation stage is there. I will come to that. If we are not managing that stress, then it becomes it goes to a higher stress, and when we go to that higher stress, maybe it may be very difficult for us to control that, and that leads to suicidal tendency. So how can we manage life to minimize stress? This is what I was telling. This level of resistance, and this is known as the general administrative syndrome. What is happening here? There is a stress. The level of resistance here, you can see, this is the level of resistance, and this is the duration of exposure. If the vertical is the x-axis and the horizontal is the y-axis, the x-axis shows you the level of resistance, and the y-axis shows you the duration of the stress. So once we are there in the alarming stage, we can control that stress. We can control that stress. That is what I am telling. That is the thing. That is the time when we can measure it. That how quickly we come out of that stress. How quickly we can come out of that stress. And then, if we are not coming out of that normal stage, alarming stage, then it goes to a normal level of resistance, and that becomes a resistance stage. And that exposure, if you are having a bigger exposure during that period, if you are continuously exposed, like it happens in family, where there is a nagging wife is there, or a family feud is there, there is a regular quarrel between the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, and that the man in the house becomes stressful. Suppose somebody has taken a lot of loan, somebody has taken a lot of thing which is not able to deal with things. You see, there are people like the CCD chairman, CCD CEO. He also committed suicide. And from outside, we are thinking that, yes, he is having a huge property and he was managing a big business. He must not be having stress. And when that stress, and you are not releasing that stress to other people, and you are not taking control of that situation, that it comes to that exhaustion stage, and that exhaustion stage takes you towards suicidal tendency. So any question on that? Any question on this? Can problem comes with what we are not able to do that in our way. Target is more and not in our limit. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Yes, somebody has taken that Rubik cube. Thank you. So any question on this? Any question anybody wants me to answer? or can somebody unmute himself and ask any question till what I have told? Okay, then we will go ahead. So what happens when there is a stress? When there is a stress, there is a space here. There is a here where this adrenaline causes stress related disorder, where the adrenaline is created. And when adrenaline is created, which gives, like I was telling you, that when a mad dog is behind you, what happens? Then adrenaline is created, and that gives you a stress disorder. And to combat that type of thing, there is another hormone that is known as endorphin, and it gives a comfortable and pleasant feeling. And another enkephalin helps in reducing pain. So these are the three hormones that helps us in generating dealing with the stress management, or the technique how we can control this. Because it's not only a mental thing, it's a physiological thing, and it is all hormone related. And once we control that, and how do we control that? We must go for certain things like dopamine and all these things, which gives you happiness, which gives you pleasure. So what happens when there is a stress? The physical, that how to manage stress? The physical intervention for stress is that you must go for a breathing exercise, progressive relaxation of your body muscle, stressing exercise, walking, and sleep. What happens? We sometimes do not give that much importance, because for survival, we always tell that food is one thing which is required for our survival. Water is another thing which requires for our survival. Third, we tell that yes, again, food, water, then energy. And where from energy comes? Energy comes from sleep. Energy comes from stress. And the fifth thing is that we never take it into account is the air, that is the oxygen, that is the breath. When we consider everything, but then we are not considering breath as one of the things which gives us the utmost thing that is required for sustaining our life. We give lot of importance to food. We give lot of importance to water. Yes, we must give. And then maybe we are giving less importance to sleep. We are giving least importance to air. That's why, well, you know, you can survive without food for 15 days. You can survive without water for 3-4 days. You can survive without sleep for 1 or 2 days, but you cannot survive without air or without oxygen for 1 day, for 1 minute even, or for, if you are a yogi, maybe for maximum for 5 to 6 minutes. So in that case, this becomes very, very essential for us, but we are not giving that much importance to air. So my dear friends, I was also thinking when I was like a student like you, I was also thinking that that is not important. Not important. We have never given any importance to that. Now I am feeling that yes, it is required. It is required that breathing exercise is required, progressive relaxation is required, stress like walking is required, and all these things, the body, because body and mind are the same of the same system. Body and mind are the two things from the same system. And if one is disturbed, the other one is disturbed. Then mental intervention, meditation and yoga. You must be thinking that this is not the time for me to go for meditation. But in fact, this is the right time. This is the right time. When we start investing for our financial requirement in the life, at the end of life and at the beginning of the career, we start investing money, or we start investing in SIP or any other schemes. We must also invest in our life, how to become more healthier in life. And that's why we tell that life is what, when you are having a disease-free body, a quiver-free mind, a quiver-free breath, and a stress-free mind. What are those three things? Disease-free body, a disease-free body, quiver-free breath, and a meditative mind or stress-free mind. If we have these three things in our life, then definitely we can manage stress. And food is what? Food is why body depends on what? Body depends on food, body depends on exercise, and body depends on meditation. And this food is that you must have a balanced food, not like we tell about sattvic food. There are also food like sattvic, tamasic, and rajasic. We are not going to deal with those things. Then stress also can be less when we are going for the social intervention, meeting people, keeping pets. In fact, I don't believe in keeping pets because there are so many other things. There are so many other things. And activities that will help you, to release the stress or release your mind off. Some people, they go and play badminton, some they go and play football, some they go like this. Some go and listen music like this. So these are all the things which is required for us. Sorry. These are all the things that is required for us. And another thing is that laughing. How many of you, and let me tell you, how many times you smile or laugh in a day? Charlie Chaplin had told that if you are not laughing on a day, then it becomes, the day becomes a wastage. That day is gone. That day is not suitable in your life. So every day you must laugh. You must have some humor in your life. When you are having humor in life, then it gives you very relaxed thing. There are like humor. Then you can listen to a song. You can participate in a dance. Like I always, when at the end of the year, I always put a video like when we have physical courses, we put a video, and in that video, dance video, and people, they dance like anything, sing like anything. If you feel like dance like anything. And all these things helps you in releasing stress. And there is a if I go for the daily routine of your if I suggest daily routine of your life, then I will suggest something like this. I always do this. Start your day with 2 glasses of water. If you want to have a healthy lifestyle, if you want to have a stress-free lifestyle, start your day with 2 glasses of water. Do some exercise. Have the fast food which is uncooked, like any fruit or something like that. Drink a glass of lukewarm water before you take a cup of tea. Consume 2 pieces of garlic every day. If you get time, then chew your food 32 times while eating. We are not doing that. And it's sometimes it is not possible also. In fact, I tried, but then I failed. It's not possible because it is being told that you chew your food and make it like water and drink it. Drink your food and eat your water. Eat your water. When you talk, take oily food, then drain the oily or soak it with a pepper. If you are smoking, if you are drinking, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Correct your posture in every activity you do, whether you are sitting, whether you are sleeping, whether you are doing whatever you are doing, you have maintained the right posture. Avoid any type of intoxication. Focus on your breathing. And if you are not doing, if you have not started doing it, please see that you start it. You start it. This is the time. Don't wait till you become old, or don't wait till you become ill, or don't wait till your doctor advises that. At least once in a day, do whatever you like to do. Suppose if you want to sing, shout at the top of your voice and sing. If you want to dance, play the music and dance, and that will relieve your. I always when it comes to humor, I always like this Kapil Sharma show. I always see the Kapil Sharma show because it gives you a dose of humor. It gives you a dose of laughter. Then I watch my favorite episode is like Indian Idol or the Dance India Dance. I like that. I like that. And whenever possible, I sing, I dance, and I participate in something which gives me dopamine or which gives me pleasurable moments. Then at least, then whenever you are thank from your core of your heart at least one individual every day. Every day you are learning from so many people. You are learning from the God. You are learning from your students. You are learning from your teacher. You are learning from your parents, and thank them once in a year, and that will give you lot of satisfaction. At the end of the day, you may be under pressure, but don't allow you to be under stress. You may be under pressure. And what I told, that pressure, when the pressure becomes more than the resources available inside you, then it becomes stress. So don't allow yourself to be stressed. So anything that you do, please have a take a go through that during the night and find out what we propose you. Yeah, there is something. Brush your tooth before hitting the bed. Smile while you are on bed, and visualize your sleep while you are sleeping. Because it is also told that when you are sleeping, you sleep with a smile. When you sleep with a smile, you will see that you will have a pleasant sleep. When you will have a pleasant sleep. And what happens that I will never like you to use these things. So have some good food. Have this type of food, fruit when you are getting up in the morning, and have the habit of taking fresh fruit, not the junk food like pizza and all these things, which is a favorite nowadays for this. And clap. When you are clapping, how do you clap? When you are clapping, how do you clap? You take one hand and clap it like this. Take this one. Then take two finger, clap it. 1, 2. Take 3 finger. 1, 2, 3. Then take 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you clap it like this. When you clap it like this, there are so many things there. Acupuncture points are there that gets activated. Once that gets activated, the whole process gets activated. So clapping is one thing, That's why you must have found that, yeah, there are clapping clubs, there are laughing clubs, and that you must be thinking that, yo, वो तो बूढ़ों के लिए है, हम लोगों के लिए क्या है? Huh? Not like that. Because we have not done it in the, that's why you must have seen when you are you are born, your mom must be telling you, yes, like better clap, yeah. So why they were doing this? It was having some scientific reason behind it. So clapping is another thing which, and you can listen to the music. Then you can listen to the music. Then wash your feet. Wash your feet with normal water and then dip it in hot water. Hot water means only gunguna water. What we tell is a gunguna water. So that if somebody is like somebody is pulling rickshaw, somebody is doing doing some work standing throughout 8 hours. Somebody has to walk, or somebody like watchmen, they are standing there throughout, and somebody has to walk, somebody has to cycle, like that. And what they do, they feel that we have become very tired and let us take some drinks. No, that is not the solution. Before going to bed, if you use this type of thing, if you use this, then definitely you are going to get some relief and you will have good sleep. These are the acupressure point, and you can know more. Now this is not the time that I can explain you everything. These are the acupressure point, and once you know about this also, that which are the acupressure point, when there is a stress, you can press those things and your stress will get relieved. Your stress will get relieved, and it gives a lot many things. And while I am sitting here, and there is a table, and under that, and when I am sitting here, there is a chair and there is a table, and on the table my laptop is there, and my feet is there on a acupuncture stool, acupressure stool. And I always do that, because all the time when I am sitting and I am working for this, I can show you also. This is the thing that I am having. This is there on my under my feet. Now, so I am not taking this thing. So now you can ask any other questions are there, because I think we have taken. It is already 1 hour, na?
Yes, sir.
Any question is there?
Sir. Any questions?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, most of the time I am always happy. Music is also a best solution. Absolutely, and that is my favorite. Any other question, my dear friends? Anything you can ask on stress or anything else, or lifestyle, anything you can ask me.
Sir, singing also very good thing.
Yeah, singing, dancing, playing badminton. These are all good things. Socializing, and have a smile on your face all the time. Have a smile on the face, because what happens when we think about the past, that past, anything what has happened in the past, we are thinking at present only. Anything that we are thinking for the future, that also we are thinking present only. When the past and the past is not going to come, and the future is far behind. So you can't have certain things that, yes, that so if you are thinking everything of the past agony or the future anxiety, you will get stress. So be at the present moment. That's why we tell that be at the present moment. And if you can practice this, there is nothing like that. And how do you do that? Suppose can we do a small exercise? Can we do a small exercise? If everybody can come in the video also. and that will complete with that. We'll complete with that. Yeah, let me stop this sharing. So, yes, good, good. So, can we close our eyes? Can we close our eyes? Put our hand like this on our lap. आम दुईटा जंघ उपरे आमे हाथ दुईटा एमती रखी परिवा. And close your eyes. If you are wearing a specs, remove that. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and release it. Body straight. रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी, गर्दन सीधा और चेहरे पे एक हल्की सी मुस्कान. चेहरे पे एक हल्की सी मुस्कान. आंखें बंद और एक लंबी गहरी सांसें. एक लंबी गहरी सांसें लेते हैं और धीरे धीरे छोड़ देते हैं. एक और लंबी गहरी सांसें लेते हैं और धीरे धीरे छोड़ देते हैं. एक और लंबी गहरी सांसें लेते हैं और धीरे धीरे छोड़ देते हैं. अब लेट अस गो फॉर भ्रामरी प्राणायाम. हम अपने आंखों को आप देख सकते हैं, ऐसे हम लोग अपनी आंखों को बंद करते हैं. ऐसे अपनी आंखों को बंद करते हैं. And then we can do like this. Like Om we are telling, we will recite that Om inside our, you can watch this like this. Take a long breath and while releasing, once you have seen this, please do it. Please do it. Let us close our eyes, put our hand like this and take a deep breath, and then while releasing, let us tell inside that Om and release our breath. One more time. Last time. Take a deep breath. When you feel comfortable, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel relaxed? How did you feel?
Yes, sir.
Can you write it in the chat box? How did you feel?
One moment, sir.
Anyone? How did you feel? Yeah, good. Feeling better. So you see, when you have done it for 1 minute and it gives you a very good result, if you are doing it every day, how much relaxed you will be, and how whatever I am not telling, I am not doing. I am not doing. I am not. Whatever I have told, everything I am doing it, and walking. I am doing walking, I am doing pranayam, I am doing meditation. And now this summer has started, I will go for swimming. Nowadays, I am not playing badminton because one of my right knee is little bit, I am getting a little bit problem in my right knee. That's why I am not going for badminton playing. And I have thought out something alternate and I am going for swimming. So these are the things. If you are having it, then you will have a healthy body. And once you are having a healthy body, that healthy body becomes an asset for you. That healthy body becomes an asset for you. And if you are having stress, you are having cholesterol, you are having diabetic, you are having blood pressure, then that becomes what that becomes? A nuisance for you, and that becomes the cause for your stress. So you must have a healthy body. Then if that you are having that healthy body, you can definitely overcome any stress. And once there is a healthy body, then you will definitely have a healthy mind. And once that is there, you can definitely overcome. Any other question, my dear friends, you can ask me. And I don't know whether, yes, it is now already.
Already. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful lecture. Sir, you start your lecture with a quote of Sadhguru that stress is like any other finance or career or relationship which must be managed.
Right.
And stress management can be taught. Then you have told that stress is of two types, eustress and distress.
Right.
Then you told many things regarding life management skills. At last you conclude your lecture that this body can be your greatest asset or your greatest liability. And at last, that is, and you told that be at the present moment always to reduce the stress. Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot from DDC family for this wonderful lecture.
Yeah, another important point is that the release of hormone when you are having stress. And so don't allow that hormone to be released. That is what I have told, that general administrative syndrome.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that is the main crux of the thing, that releases stress. So you release dopamine, you release the oxytocin, because they are all pleasurable hormone, and that gives. And when you do something, like when you do a charity also, you feel very good. And if somebody watches that also, if I am watching you doing some charity, then also that gives me a lot of relaxation. So these are the things in life you must do. And whenever there is a stress, please see that you come out of that situation so quickly that it doesn't affect you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot from DDC family, sir. Thank you, sir.
Somebody had told, somebody has asked for the PPT. Do you need it?
Yes, sir.
Somebody has asked for the PPT.
Okay, sir. Sir, if you send us, we will share with the participants, sir. Surely.
Okay. Is it required? Do you feel that, yes, you want it?
Many participants ask.
Okay then. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Thank you. Evening, Swati ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening so much. Good evening.
Okay.
Actually, I had shared with Rashmi ma'am. There is a issue with power in my place today.
Okay,
so,
no.
I'm taking the session from somewhere outside, so I have kept a virtual background. So forgive me for that.
No issue, ma'am.
Okay. I had no option but to use a virtual background. Good evening, everybody.
Evening. Friends, we have with us Dr. Swati Padosi. She is now a quite familiar face with all of you. Still, for the newcomers, I want to introduce her to you. Dr. Swati Padosi has 2 years of experience in the area of HR and behavioral science. She has been awarded with Emerging Women Leadership Award, Best Women Director Award, Eminent Educationist Award, Global Eminence Award, and many others. Currently, she is the Vice President and Advisor of Toran Center for Human Development and Neurolinguistic Research. Academically, she is associated with Mumbai University, and she has worked as a director of a reputed business school affiliated to Mumbai University. And she acts as a trainer for WA Express, Adhunik Bank, Reliance Services, and many others. She is a life member of Bombay Management Association and Institute of Directors. And you all know that the lecture she has delivered were all fantastic, and we all eager to listen to her today also. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome to DDC family.
See the same DPs and hellos in the chat box. Can you all give me just 1 minute to tweak my setting, please? Because today I'm at a little unfriendly place, so I'm just give me 1 minute to tune up my settings, and I'll be joining you all.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is my audio clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Wonderful.
It's clear.
I think I have a nice rapport going with the Zoom now. Though I have learned today that, however resourceful we are, technical glitches always somehow bring us down to our knees. So wonderful interacting with you all earlier. So how have you all been? You can write in the chat box. So let us just know each other again a little better. And then we will start with the session for sure. Just a break state between your previous session and your upcoming session. How have you all been? Okay, doing good. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Marina, I'm always either awesome or on top of the world. Fine, Sukumar is fine. I'm happy to see that all of you are fine and in good spirit. Good evening. So wonderful. So, are we ready? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you all for asking how I'm doing. I'm doing good. Welcome to this evening. So last we met was, I believe, Saturday, Sunday. So you people were probably in a holiday zone or a weekend mood. Today, do I expect a serious crowd here or the same happy-go-lucky people? What do I expect today? Do I see some frowny faces or do I see some happy faces? What am I going to see today? Happy as always. I love that. Thank you so much, Nirmala, if that is how your name is pronounced, for giving me permission to start. I'm honored. So anybody can write in the chat box, what is it that we are going to talk about today? Any ideas? Any updates? Any clue? What is it that we are going to talk on today? Okay, I'm watching the chat box. I love this. No, ma'am, no idea. You know what is the good point? If you guys have no idea, I can actually do a cookery show also and get away with it. I can say being a chef is also a very important part of being an MBA student, because tomorrow you guys may live somewhere alone, working in some other town and living alone, and you will need how to learn how to cook. So I can even run a cookery show. Having said that, today we are going to talk on something very interesting, which is also an extension of what we were talking about rapport, and that is soft skills. We spoke of interpersonal skills. We spoke of Sushant. Cooking is one of the best stress busters. Trust me. You can put all your stress into your cooking and cook up something, and then the people who will be eating it will get stressed. You will be relaxed. So you should attempt that at home. So, uh, as I was saying, when we were speaking of rapport, we were talking about listening. We were talking about interpersonal skills. Now, taking it further, I have two questions, or like not. Okay, Marina, I noticed not when you're the only one who has to eat the food. Okay, Sushant, my sincere, support and empathy with you. I'm used to that. What are you used to? Cooking and making other people eat, or other people cooking and making you eat? Wow, Sanat, that's a wonderful question. Ma'am, is cooking worth the job for boys? To begin with, beta, cooking is not a job. Cooking is a very important part of our day-to-day activity. And it is not a women-centric thing. Let me share something with you, which is not a part of today's session. General knowledge say the best chefs of the world are men. Whether it's Gordon Ramsay, whether it's Gary, whether it's George, or whether there's so many. I can name so many Indian chefs. All leading Indian chefs also are mostly men. Whether it is Ranveer Barar, you know, or Manu, or Hemant, Chef Hemant of the Taj and Oberoi's. So you would be surprised to know that most of the chefs, famous ones, successful ones, are men. So cooking by domain is not a gender specific thing. It is a hobby specific and talent specific thing. And it is also about soft skills. How good are you at cooking? How much do you really enjoy cooking? So when we talk of soft skills, so today our topic is something very, very interesting, soft skills to behavioral competencies. We all have heard spoken of soft skills many a time. What do you feel is, yes, true? In temple also men are the cooks. They are. Yes, they are. And trust me, I have had some scrumptious food in restaurants and temples and in functions and weddings, all made by men. So, if I ask you, when I speak of soft skills, what comes to your mind? What would you say? I'm watching the chat box. What is it that you're going to say? When I use the word soft skills, what particular thing or what particular word or what particular image comes to your mind? Something probably or nothing? You haven't heard of soft skills? Okay, communication skills, listening skills, okay, intangible skills. Wow, intangible skills. What would they be? Marina, you have given me something to think about. Wonderful. Debating skills. Yes, Sheshadri is written time management. Wonderful. Discipline. Wow. So you guys have a certain list of soft skills, a certain viewpoint of what kind of soft skills are required, or you believe is soft skill, critical thinking. Now, today I will take you through what soft skills are required for employability or what employers look at a person and how we have moved from soft skills to behavioral competency. So, it was a very simple journey. Just watch the chat box. When we started, we were looking at managerial skills. When the corporations or organizations or companies, when we got into it, we were thinking of managerial skills. So you should be a manager. You should have all the competencies that a manager needs or requires. Then they realize that technically maybe I am the best, knowledge wise maybe I'm the best, then there's something missing. Somehow the entire fundamental of productivity, the entire fundamental of working with the organization, there was something amiss. So from managerial skills, we kind of, I wouldn't say migrated, moved to something that you guys have been sharing with me or I have been asking you is soft skills. So suddenly it came to that I may be technically the best. Having said that, I need to know how to behave within the organization. What is my personality? What am I bringing? What attitude am I bringing to the organization? How is my attitude matching up to the expectations of the organization? So we came to soft skills. Then it was realized that maybe this is also not enough. So what do we need? So we went a step further and we said what is required now to study is behavioral skills. So what is it that makes a person a complete package as a manager? Skills, attitude, knowledge. So managerial skills took care of the knowledge and then we migrated to soft skills and then we migrated to behavioral skills. The reason being more and more organization became people centric, more and more organization became more focused on mission, vision, teamwork, more and more skills on soft, behavioral aspects and attitude and traits and character were required. So we say that now in today's time, if you ask me as an HR, what is the first thing that I would be looking out for in a fresh MBA grad? I would be saying I would be looking at that kid's behavioral skill. How good is that kid? Is the kid having the right combination to be powerful in my organization? So we started first mapping the soft skills. Then we went on to map the behavioral skill. Can anybody tell me the definition of behavior as per you? How will you define behavior? Anybody here? Please be choose to be free and share. I mean, it's just a question. Feel free. Feel free. The way we act and react to things. One with good nature. Okay. Was I did I share about attitude and ego the other day? Did I mention that? Good evening, Tiger. We've just starting. Okay, the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others, the way one acts to its environment. Okay, very good. Now let's remember, and this is for general information to all the kids here. And like I had shared before, for attitude and behavior, sorry, attitude and ego. Here also we do not get into good or bad. So it's actually not about good or bad. It is about uh, uh, how a person is displaying. State of mind is ego, like I had shared the other day. State of mind is ego. And when we say state of mind is ego, what is behavior then? Behavior is exactly what some of my dear friends have written here, the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others. So when I'm talking about corporate behavior, what do you think I'm talking about? I'm talking about how you conduct yourself in your office or how you conduct yourself in a place of work. So it is very, very important for me or for any organization to be sure that any new hiring, and please pay attention to what I'm saying because very soon you people will be going in for your summer internship too. Wherever there is a new hiring, we, if I say we or any HR, we are very, very critical on the point of how are you going to behave. That is very, very important. You understand? How are you going to behave? And for me, I may have a topper, still I would be reluctant if I find that the behavior is not conducive to or is not matching with my organization's values and thoughts. So I will just start. I don't know, due to this network error today, we have a power issue here. For some reason, who is the host here? Because for some reason, I'm unable to uh, display my PPT. I don't know what's happening. How do I display? I mean, something's not working right. I'm unable to display my PPT. I do have a screen share option, right? Let me just see what to do because I have been I don't know. Because that's what I have been attempting at. It is not happening. See, it's going to my desktop. It is not giving me the option to select, you know, my screen. Not showing my PPT. Can I mail it to someone so that we can display? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So when I'm sharing my screen, I'm unable to see the PPT. I don't know, there seems to be an error. Can I just re-log in and see if I can? Just give me a second. I will re-log in and see if this technical glitch can be taken care of. Just give me a second. I can share my screen now. I just hope I can. Can I be made the host again, please? Or a co-host, sorry. I mean, somebody needs to make me the co-host for me to share the screen. I'm just waiting. Hi, Ashwini, if you can hear me, could you please make me the co-host so that I can share my video? Can somebody ping her for me, please? Ashwini is the host. Is the person not there? Ashwini, can somebody connect with her for me, please, so that I can share my screen? Can I just take the session without the PPT because I don't know, I'm not the co-host, so I cannot share the PPT. Some conversation in the chat box. Am I audible? So I'll continue taking the session without the PPT. Can't really help because I'm not the co-host, so I cannot display my PPT. When Ashwini makes me the co-host, I will definitely show you my hard work PPT. So as I was sharing, by definition, so what I'll do, I'll put the definition in the chat box. What are soft skills, so that you guys can retain what I'm talking about. So I'll be using the chat box to share the important definitions. So what are soft skills by definition? What do we say? Soft skills are when we define in work related. Can you all see my PPT now?
Yes, ma'am. It was visible for few seconds.
For a while, for a few. Yeah, that is what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well,
So, what are soft skills? So, let us start from the beginning to get the flow in order. So, today we are talking of soft skills to behavioral competency. What are soft skills? What do we mean by soft skills? Remember, we are going to talk on soft skills relating to work. Soft skills relate to how you work. Soft skills include interpersonal, that is people skills, communication skills, listening skills, time management, and empathy, among others. Hiring managers typically look for job candidates with soft skills because they make someone more successful in the workplace. Like I was sharing, whenever I used to hire, more than the degree or the marks or anything that was on paper, what I used to look at is simple. What are the soft skills of the person? How good is that person while interacting with me? How good is that person while making a presentation? Does the person have the right attitude to blend into our organization? And like I shared, from managerial skills we came to soft skills, and from soft skills we went to behavioral competency. So first I'll share with you the 7 soft skills you need at workplace. Any manager, whether you are new, whether you are old, whether you are mid-level, senior level, junior level, you have to have these soft skills. Number one being leadership skills. We have a saying that if you are not a leader, you are a dealer. You know how it works? If I put it in the chat box, leader, if you're not proactive, what do you end up becoming? Dealer. So we say to be successful in your vocation, to be a successful manager, to be a powerful manager, you have to have leadership skills. And leadership doesn't mean that you have to take all the decisions, you are going to be a powerful person. No. Leadership means at a given point of time when you have to take a decision, at a given point of time if you have to lead a team, at a given point of time if you have to display a competency that you can be an effective decision maker, policy follower, and can lead a team, can influence a team. That is what we say when we say leadership skills. Then we talk about teamwork. Teamwork is another very important skill required for any person. Sorry, I don't know why it changed. So teamwork is very important. Most of us, even today, whether you're in school, whether you're in college, you would be part of a team. We have this fundamental rules of having clubs. We have these rules of having committees, right? You must be having clubs and committees in colleges also. We do have. That is from where we learn teamwork. And teamwork is highly essential I would say it's a prerequisite to be a manager with a difference, a manager who can succeed, a manager who has the right soft skills. Then we say communication skills. How many of you feel that you have got great communication skills? You're amazing with communication. None of you? Mhm. Okay. I don't think so. No, I am not great. So you need to work on it, my dear boys and girls, because communication skill is what makes or breaks our presence in an organization. If we do not communicate on time, if we do not communicate properly, and we are not clear in our communication, it can lead to major challenges for us. If I say something, I have to communicate it in a clear, concise manner. Do you know the 7 C's of communication? Can anybody write the 7 C's, or maybe the top 3 C's of communication, like we say, when I'm talking of communication skills? Anyone here? No? Somebody take an attempt. Nobody? The 7 C's of communication? Okay, as it is, I will definitely tell you, and I'm putting it in the chat box if anybody wants to jot down. You're free. It's a free resource. So we have 7 C's of communication. This is very powerful. You know, when I was doing my MBA, which was long time back, I had made a chart and I had put it on my study table, because this is what makes or breaks all our, information. If we don't, then you say something, the other person hears something, the other person, does something else, and the net result is something else altogether. So you have to be very careful when you are talking to anybody, personal or professional. Here we are talking professional, even in personal space. I'm just writing down the 7 C's for you. So we have clarity, completeness, consciousness, correctness, courtesy, consider, and what could be the last C? Can anybody help me with the last C? So we have to be clear, we have to be concise, we have to be concrete, we have to be correct, we have to be coherent, or consciousness, complete, and courteous. Remember, if we follow the 7 C's, our communication would never ever go wrong. Has it ever happened to you? You send a message to someone through mail or through SMS, and the person understands something else, and then something else happens? Has it ever happened with you all? In personal space, probably. We have to avoid that in professional space, because in professional space, it is something which may cost us heavy. It has happened with me very recently. I was sharing something with someone, and in my mind, I thought I have shared everything with that person. I never stopped to figure out if the communication is complete. I never asked the person, did you understand what I said? Or is it okay with you? And it caused comedy of errors. There was so much of confusion that I had to spend a lot of time resolving it. So we have to be very clear. Then problem solving skills. There's a very simple saying, you all must have heard. Either you are part of the problem or you are part of the solution. And a good manager, any good manager, will always be part of the problem or solution. Anybody can tell me. So you want to be part of the problem or you want to be the part of the solution. You got to be part of the solution. So your problem solving skills really matter. Work ethics. In today's time, we pay a lot of attention and lot of thought goes into work ethics, corporate governance, work ethics, corporate social responsibility. I've done my PhD in it, so I know work ethics nowadays has taken a very, very center stage in any organization's structure and work. So, work ethic is something that all of you from today need to work upon. When we see uh, it's okay, how does it matter? कभी ऐसा दिमाग में आया है कि अगर हमने कुछ कर भी दिया तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कौन जानेगा? Has it happened? Anybody has thought? कि कितने लोग तो करते हैं, करके बच जाते हैं, अगर हमने कर भी दिया तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Anyone has ever thought on those lines? And let me tell you kids something very interesting. When you join a new job, from day one, think of yourself as an entrepreneur, as a stakeholder. Do not think, अरे I am at a junior level. अगर कुछ हुआ तो मेरे बॉस को आएगा. How is it gonna reflect to me? So, it is my sheer advice, my dear boys and girls, do not think like that, please. From day one, be responsible for whatever designation is being given to you and inculcate the habit of work ethics. I would say, I've been saying that negative and positive are two things which in behavior we you typically give a label. When a person is unaware of his or her resources to solve a problem or to take a decision, then the person will always be in a position of being part of the problem rather than solution. To develop that art, all of you from today will develop the art of problem solving. This is one skill which is very powerful. Work ethics is very powerful. Flexibility and adaptability. Now, I think I don't have to give much explanation or example on flexibility and adaptability because I think we are living example of how flexible and adaptable we are. Anyone here can say that a year back you thought you will be taking the lectures online. Anyone? Today is what? I think the 9th of March. We are a week away from lockdown when it started, 1 year of lockdown. We all adapted. We all became flexible. So flexibility and adaptability is part of human nature. Bring the same thing to the office. Are you flexible with your food, with your dress, with your attitude, with your, suppositions and prepositions? Are you all flexible? Do you say, नहीं नहीं मैं तो green color ही पहनूंगा आज, नहीं green color पहनना है तो मैं कपड़े ही नहीं पहनूंगा? Do you do that? How many of you do that? I'm pretty sure none of us do that. So you say whatever food is cooked, I don't like it, so I'll eat something else. So we are adapting and we are being flexible. Carry it to your workplace also. Only if I get this, I'll be able to work. Only if I get this, I will be able to perform. Can we please not do that? Let's be flexible, adaptable, open to ideas. Like now, we are all online and we are kind of. How many of you are enjoying your online lectures? I mean, professors are here, so you can probably introspect and not write in the chat box. Having said that, how many of you have become really comfortable with the online sessions? None of you? All. Now, when you go to classroom, will you be uncomfortable or after 1 or 2 days, you will start enjoying that also? So first 1 or 2 days, you will be missing taking lectures from your, bed and lying around and probably something else is playing on TV and your lecture is on. 1 or 2 days, 3 days, maybe a week, you will be like, oh my God, we have to dress up, we have to step out, we have to go to the college. And now the professor will know whether we are there or not, or we have just put our, videos on off and doing something else. We cannot do that in the class. So for a couple of days, yes. There may be certain adjustment issues. Ultimately, you all will get attuned to it. Same happens in organizations. We have to be flexible, we have to be adaptable, and last but not the least is interpersonal skills. Like we were talking in rapport building, interpersonal skills is a very powerful thing when it comes to being successful in your place of work. If we are going to be managers who can make a difference, we need to be very powerful and conscious of our interpersonal skills. So I hope you all get what are skills and what are the top 7 soft skills that we need for the workplace. So if there are any questions, you put it in the chat box and we'll come back and we'll discuss it once we are into the Q&A session. Now we talk of, like I said, from managerial, we went to soft skills, and we have gone to behavioral. Behavioral competency refers to any behavior, attributes, and personality traits a person might have, such as knowledge and skill set, which can help determine how successful he/she will be at the job they are applying for. It can help define employees' behavioral strengths for the future success in the workplace. So, what is the difference between soft skills and behavioral skills? If you look at the definition, this basically is about your skills of managing people mostly. Soft skills include interpersonal skills, communication skills, listening skills, time management, empathy, where these are skills. When we talk of behavioral competency, one added element is knowledge. So we are also talking about knowledge and skill set. So here we are talking about the complete behavior of an employee, complete behavioral strength, which will support an employee to be successful in the workplace. And these are the 8 behavioral competencies which as future you all need to pay attention on. It is very, very important for us to understand that behavioral competency is what makes a manager in today's world of corporate expectancy, where they look at behavior first, technicalities later. And if you see the difference, here we start with the result orientation. So first thing I will map as a recruiter, how result oriented are you? Are you talking in terms of giving me results? Or are you just, talking big, मैं ये कर दूंगा, मैं वो कर दूंगा, मैं ये कर दूंगी, मैं वो कर दूंगी, and I cannot see if you are going to give me results. And every time there is a excuse. If you are hired, you say, I was about to do it, but. So the first behavioral competency is result orientation. Your attitude, your skill has to be result oriented. If it's not, you may be a wonderful person with wonderful interpersonal skills, listening skills, leadership skills, all skills, but everything is gonna be of no consequence or value to you. So first is result orientation. Customer centricity. Any business you go into today, customer is the center of attention, center of focus. We have to be focused on customer. Customer is king, queen, prince, princess, anything we say. At the end of the day, customer is what brings us business. So it is customer centricity. Innovation. The entire sense of the world is now running on innovation and research and development. If you look at the platform which we are working on now, Zoom has been very innovative. Once they mapped that, the lockdown is going to happen all over the world, and they calibrated that the requirement for online will be high. From free, they became licensed. From licensed, they became more secured. From more secured, now they have other verticals. So they have been very innovative in making their business work. So as a manager tomorrow, you have to be innovative. You cannot be stagnant. You have to be dynamic, fast moving, and innovative. Business acumen. Business acumen, when I say, How many of you feel that as a manager, you really don't have to know about the business? Because your job is 9 to 5, you go, you deliver, you come, and you are sorted. How many of you know that? How many of you believe that? Some yes, some no. I don't think so. Okay. Very good. I'm proud of you. Rest mostly we say that we will reach at 9:30, we will leave at 5 o'clock. I understand my department. I understand what is required in marketing department. I understand what is required in HR department. I understand what is required in finance department. What do I really need to know the business about? That doesn't work in today's world. We have to know everything about everything if we have to be good managers. So we say business acumen. Business acumen, if I go by definition, is keenness and quickness in understanding and dealing with a business situation. Keenness and quickness in understanding and dealing with the business situation in a manner that is likely to lead to a good outcome. So again, we are talking of outcome. So whatever business situation comes, we should be keen, we should be quick in understanding it, dealing with it, so that it leads us to a good outcome. That is what is the definition of business acumen. So we have to, if I put it in a layman's language, we have to think on our feet. We have to be ready always mentally to take decisions on a quick basis, which should lead to a good outcome. Then we all know communication. What we think, we got to communicate. I know there is something very interesting about communication. You think something, you say something, and the other person hears something else entirely. So, if let's assume there is this person, he or she is not looking at you. Okay. So now I just switch off my video for a second and I say, go there. Do you know where I'm asking you to go? Can anybody tell me where am I asking you to go? You can't see, right? You know, the same way what we do in organization sometimes, we are talking to a person and we tell him, you know what, the file is there. Where? You know what, you're supposed to be there. Where? So we just leave the communication in midway. And what we have to communicate, we think in our head, we delete, we distort, we generalize, and then we present it to the people whom we are talking to. So communication again is a very important behavioral aspect of incomplete information. You know, I'll share something very interesting. Whoever has written that, Sushant, incomplete information is still okay because it's delete. So some part of it is not present. The challenge is when the information is distorted. How many of you know the game Chinese Whisper? Have you heard? Chinese Whisper. You have not played Chinese Whisper? It's a very good communication game. So Pradyum, I say something to Pradyum in his ears. He says something to Marina, and it just goes in circles, and then it comes back to me. So once I had played this in my class when I was teaching them OB, and I'll never forget that for life because what I had said and what came back to me shocked me also. So that was a classic way how communication sometimes gets altered. So I had told to this kid, the girl was walking down the road. Just listen to the statement carefully. The girl was walking down the road. The boy was buying fruit. The girl looked at the boy, smiled, and went. You know what came back to me after almost 60 people in the class exchanging the words? The girl went to the boy. Both of them bought the fruits and went together. Do you what did I say and what came back to me? Even I was like, oh, this is height of creativity. So the last kid came up to me and very confidently said, ma'am, I know what you said. I said, what did I say? The girl walked up to the boy, both of them bought fruits and both of them went together. This is communication. So we have to be very, very careful about communication, what we say, how we say, how much we say, and how much we choose not to say. Everything needs to be clubbed together when we are talking of communication. And with communication comes execution excellence. Most of the managers today need to develop the art of execution. You are very good at thinking, you are very good at being innovative, you are very good at being creative. At the same time, delivery matters because the first point is result orientation. Your execution excellence has to be on the top. When you're executing a plan, when you're executing an idea, when you're executing anything for that matter, your execution has to be excellent. Because remember, when we are talking in terms of, you know, uh, how do I put it? In today's time, when we do appraisal, performance appraisal, we look at the execution excellence. And this, my dear friends, is the ability to carry out a plan in an outstanding manner. So whenever we are putting in a lot of time and effort in a plan, we need to make sure that it is executed with excellence. It is what the organization goals aligns with, the vision and mission of the organization aligns with. So execution excellence is another very important thing which we look at in managers when it comes to behavioral competencies. Then entrepreneurship. At the end of the day, it is about taking responsibility, believing that the organization goal is your goal. You are a stakeholder of the organization, like I was just sharing. You're not just a 9 to 5 employee who comes at 9, goes at 5. After 5, I don't talk about office. I don't think about office. I don't care about office. So we talk of entrepreneurship has to be part of your behavioral competencies where you believe that the organization is a part of you and you are part of a whole system. So we say entrepreneurship attitude has to be in our mind. And we are back to leadership. As long as you have all the other, skills and you have the behavioral competencies, if you cannot take the action of leading a group of people through your leadership skills, it will not work. So this is last but not the least, because leadership is about action of leading a group of people in an organization. It could be two people, you could be a manager with two assistants, doesn't matter. At any given point of time, you should have the ability to show leadership skills. So, is this clear so far to everyone? Before we go to the next, I think Professor, uh, I don't know if Professor Rashmi is there. Uh, it's already.
Yes,
I'll take just another 5 minutes to wrap up if it's okay with you.
yeah, ma'am. Please carry on.
Sure, sure. Thanks. No, because I don't want to overshoot your time, the time bracket. So leadership is another very powerful thing when it comes to your behavioral competencies. Now I want to talk to you about what are the categories and examples of behavioral competence. Just telling you each competency will not be enough for you to think which competencies to fit where. And this particular slide will tell you what competencies to fit where. So now if you have individual competencies, number one, personal qualities would fall under this banner, such as an employee's decision-making skills, analytical skills, their confidence, their self-motivation, and critical thinking. So now you have to map which competency you have and which category is that competency going through. So when you have to take a decision, when you have to take an analytical decision, when it is about confidence, when it is about self-motivation, that all comes into individual competency. Interpersonal competencies, things such as their ability to work in a team, their communication skills, their ability to recognize diverse opinions, reduce conflict and promote harmony would fall under this category. So this is your interpersonal competency. Third is your motivational competency. The ability to motivate others, that is your leadership skills, what I was talking about, to lead others by example, or to take the initiative. So here we have three things. If you see from the previous slide, if you can fit it to here: business acumen, execution excellence, entrepreneurship, and a part of leadership. So what we say is that ability to motivate others, to lead others by example, or to take the initiative. Managerial competencies, these might include leadership skills, strategic planning, managing teams and people, and analytical abilities. Last and one of the most powerful things now, because we are mostly into information system, is your analytical competencies. Data analysis, problem solving abilities, ease with working with numbers, and technical knowledge would all be considered under the analytical heading. How many of you are not fond of math? I would not ask how many of you love maths. I would rather ask how many of you are not that fond of mathematics. All of you love mathematics, okay? Oh, I'm scared of mathematics. I have a phobia. Even if my son who's in standard 11th also says, "Do you want to sit with me for maths?" I say no. All other subjects, please don't involve me in maths. And there's a very nice story. Only plus and minus. I know even I'm only a plus and minus. Uh, this is an information which I usually tell kids when it comes about competencies, because after my BCom, I did my BCom, and then I also in BCom I had taken economics. I love statistics, so I had taken economics, and by the grace of God, I got a gold medal in economics when I was doing my BCom. And then everybody was like, "You have done economics, you are a gold medalist, means you are good with statistics, so you become a CA, you become a CS." I was also quite intrigued by the whole idea. So I went, I gave my CS inter, I cleared. And then I realized I do not like numbers. And I backed off. I just went up to my grandfather and said, "You know what?" And by the way, my grandfather, who again by the grace of God is still around, and we celebrated his 94th birthday 2 days back, is a gold medalist mathematician from Kolkata. Presidency College, Kolkata. So I said, went to him and I said, "You know what? I don't think I'm made for numbers. I can't do CS. CS is too many numbers." He said, "So you do CA?" So I went and I did CA inter. I said, "No, numbers are not. I may have done my BCom. For some reason, I'm not finding numbers very, very attractive." So my entire family was left to think, "What is it that you really want to do?" I said, "I don't know." And I'm talking 97, 96, 97. And then one of my genius family members said, "Why don't you do MBA?" And because that time MBA was something, which was not something very easy to get into or easy to crack. I said, "Okay, so I'll do MBA." And believe me, first day of my college, I'm sitting in the college, I open the prospectus to see the syllabus, and I see a subject written there, business mathematics. I can't even share my emotions, what I went through at that point of time. I just opened and I saw business mathematics. And for a second, I was blank. My whole world turned black. And I just looked at my friend and she said, "What happened?" I said, "Can you read the syllabus? Because I don't even have the courage to read the syllabus." So she said, "Read the syllabus." I said, "It's mathematics. Cannot." She read the syllabus. And as she was going through the syllabus, and when I heard probability and a lot of things, sequence and series, I just looked up and I told God that really this is the best you can do for me. You brought me back to mathematics, the thing I was running from all along. And then I had to develop the competency because I had to clear my MBA. So this example is for all of you to understand that at a point of time when we are not good at something, to be a good manager, develop it. Now I'm very good with numbers. I'm writing a book on HR analytics proudly, which has a lot of numbers and lot of formulas. So do not restrict your knowledge by your like or dislike of a particular topic or subject. Be open, be boundaryless, and keep learning and accumulating knowledge, which at the end of the day, you have to focus on only one thing, and one thing should lead to a successful outcome, should be giving an output, should be giving you a result. Now I would like to summarize with you how to use the behavioral competencies, when and how. When you're talking to your colleagues, when you're talking to your juniors, when you're talking to your seniors, please use a common language. Do not get into jargon. So if I'm talking to my faculty, I don't get into my psychology or my economics and I start using words which I know may not be, and the other person may not be friendly with, and the other person may not like to hear. So use a common language. The language should be such that communication, again, I'm talking about. The language should be such that everybody understands and everybody is comfortable with it. Second is objective recruitment. This part is about when we look at a person, when we look at a future recruit, we look at, is the person result oriented? Does the person believe in excellence? Does the person believe in entrepreneurship? Does the person have the right kind of attitude, knowledge, and skills to be part of our organization? So do not make it subjective, make it objective. Staff development. In performance appraisal, we use all these competencies left, right, and center because we look at the leadership skills, we look at the results, we look at how excellent you were, we look at how timely you've done your work. So, in staff development, the behavioral competencies are used to the maximum. Assessing staff potential. So, after staff development, the next thing is if I have to assess someone, how good that person is at something, what potentials that person has to deliver in future, I'll be using the behavioral competencies to map the person or to assess the person. Career development. We have something known as career mapping, we have something known as succession planning. For all these, the data that we get and the parameter we get is from the behavioral competencies. Those are the parameters on which we base the entire study of career planning, career development, succession planning, and everything to do with organizational employees growth within the organization. So these five verticals are the most common verticals where behavioral competencies can be used, successfully used, and are being used today in a big way. So I think I'll wrap up the session here. We spoke about behavioral competency, its types, what are they, and where they can be used. If there are any questions, I'm all for it.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
taking the
Rashmi.
session. And,
Oh, it's my pleasure always.
and I hope our students have, enjoyed your session
I
as
hope so.
always. Yeah, the last two sessions are awesome, and I hope this session also,
Some takeaways.
enjoyed by the students. Yeah. And do you want to take questions or?
I can take if there are. If there are not, then I will go with what I had said yesterday. Either I'm a very good facilitator or they were all sleeping with the videos off. So I'm okay. If they have questions, fine. If they do not have questions, I'm good. Not a problem.
Okay. Then, wait for 1 or 2 minutes. If the students have questions, then they could get to chat box and place your question to chat box. Yes, madam. Someone is placing a question. It was truly a learning session. No, that's not a question. Sorry.
That's not a question. Obviously, that's not a question.
That's a compliment, madam.
That's a compliment.
Okay. On if
I'm humbled always. I'm humbled always.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
So I think today's session, kids were very clear, and I'm happy if they introduce this in their day-to-day work, because it's powerful to know what are behavioral competencies.
Yes.
Sushant has written, negative people have problem for each solution. How you agree on this? I have shared with you, Sushant, that now being in the industry for 22 years, I do not believe that a person is positive or negative. It's all very situational. It's all dependent on the nature, the character, the experiences, the environment, the value system that a person has been in and grown in and is in. So something, I'll give you an example, and all of you be very honest. If, okay, how many of you think drinking is good? alcohol. I mean, if you are 21 plus, you don't have to answer. You can think of it in a mind in your mind. Now, someone comes to you with a different value system and says, you know what, drinking is the worst thing in the world. Now, I may choose to say, oh, this guy is so negative. I enjoy drinking, and this guy is telling me, so this guy is negative. He's creating a problem. Now, if you go to Goa, and when Goa is having its carnival, everybody is enjoying their drinks there. So if I go and say this, they will be like, this lady is creating a problem. So everybody has their unique model of the world. If there is a person who, in your perception, is a negative person because the person is creating a problem in all the solutions, then you have to look into the cause and effect of why the person is doing that. There always is a story. There's always is a story. Therefore, I shared with you all yesterday, there's no negativity associated with ego or attitude. Ego is a state of mind. Attitude is how our mind reacts to a particular situation. So, saying that this person has attitude, we usually take it as a negative. Everybody has an attitude. And to be successful, we need some amount of ego. Without that, success, if I'm a very easygoing person, not bothered about what is happening in the world, I have no ego, I'm like, karlo, 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 there'll be certain competitive edges which I'm going to miss. So, ego is also a very important state that a person requires at any given point of time. So, you need to figure out if the person is being negative, what is driving that person? What is triggering that behavior? You'll always find that there's got to be a reason or an intention behind that behavior. I hope this answers your question. So wonderful. I'm sure no one else has any questions. I'm I'm honored, Sushant, that you got it. So if no one has any question, I can leave you all to enjoy the rest of your evening. And
I place my vote of thanks, ma'am, on behalf of DDC
go ahead.
and on behalf of our family, DDC family, madam, and on behalf of our Department of Business Management, on behalf of our head, Dr. Acharya, on behalf of Commerce Department head, Dr. Vishwa Ranjan Mishra sir, and from my side, madam. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank Dr. Acharya for giving me this opportunity. It has been a very humbling and nice experience. So I would also take this opportunity to present my vote of thanks to sir for giving me this opportunity. It has been a beautiful experience for the last 3 days. It has been.
Yeah, madam. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
everyone. Thank you,
Joining
everyone.
me.
Have a wonderful evening. And I believe I'm seeing you all tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Yeah, day after tomorrow, I guess.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll be there, same place, same time. Be there. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you, madam. I request to all the participants kindly submit your feedback. Feedback form was there in the chat box. You please fill your feedback and submit it as soon as possible. Okay, fine. Girja, done. Okay, good. Give your feedback so that we could able to evaluate, and on basis of that we'll have to place your certificate. Yes, very good. Je ରହିଗଲେ ଦେଇନାହାନ୍ତି, so I request to all of you to kindly please submit your feedback form, and please send again this since network is okay. I'll send it again. Just give me 1 minute. I'll send it again. Send it again. Those who have not yet filled this form, you please fill it and please submit it. Samarjit has submitted. Very good. So there are around 47 participants are there. So I'll further request to submit your form, feedback form. Once you submit, you could able to leave. No, not an issue. You can leave so that we have exact idea how many students have not, submitted. Thank you, Komal.